3 and 5. Psalm 56, verse 3 and 5. What time?
What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. In God I will praise his word. In God I have put my trust. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me.
You see, I will not be afraid. He said, when I'm afraid, and David had reasons to be afraid. If you look at the psalmist carefully, if you look at the protext, the pretext, before coming to the context of the text, understanding events before and events after to appreciate the content of the text, you realize that David wasn't playing here. He was at war. He fought all his life until God gave him rest from war, and the land rested from war. David was always engaging something. There were always enemies coming at him. He saw the destruction of so many. He saw giants falling. Goliath was a giant. He fell. And the enemy said, David, if giants are falling, you are looking too. You think you have chance? You, David, small boy like you. You've seen giants fall. Hear me? It does not matter who goes down. That is not your portion. That is not your portion. That is not my portion. That is not for me. I'm not receiving it. Makuda mi tu kandu vaksita mahaya. When my spiritual father passed, Idahosa, at 59, I was younger at that time. The enemy tortured me. He threw things at me and said, you think you are faith than your father? You think you are faith than Idahosa? Get ready to go. Get ready. He went at 59. So you to get ready. When I hit 58, he said, you have one more year to go. Write your will. Set your house in order. You have one more year to go. And I have to get myself. And I said, my name is not Idahosa. My name is Nicholas Duncan-Williams. We were not born the same day. That's why he died at 59. And I'm also younger than 59. We are different. Our paths are different. He was throwing bullets, and I have to intercept and release intercontinental ballistic missiles, which is the word of God. Are you hearing me? When I crossed 59, he said, you are in January 59. You are in January 59. Then I hit May. He said, you are just in May. June is coming. July. I crossed July. He said, check August. Then September, I said, hey, you have September, October, November, December. Anything can happen. Do you hear what I'm saying? He was messing with my mind, my emotions, my faith. And I have to constantly say, Lord, I take you at your word. 92. You remember our mother Fletcher was here a few weeks ago. How many years? 107. And his brother, 100 years old. So long life is possible. Come with me to 2 Samuel 17. 2 Samuel 17. My God, I have so much here. Whew. I'm loaded. So much. I'll give you just two. One of this and another one. Just two scriptures. 2 Samuel 17, 1 to 2.
2 Samuel 17, 1 to 2. Moreover, Ahithophel said unto Absalom, let me now choose out 12,000 men, and I will arise and pursue after David this night.
This night, say night.
Night.
Say the terror by night. Say the terror by night. Say I block the terror by night. There are things that operate in the night, in the dark, through the moon, and there are things that operate during the day in the moon, in the womb of the sun. That's why David said, the sun shall not smite me by day, nor the moon by night. These are serious stuff, because the projections and the ill will jealousy operates through the cycles of times and seasons. 28 days. It operates through the moon of the sun, the womb of the sun, and the womb of the night through the moon. So you have to learn this thing to say, I intercept any programming of the enemy in the womb of the sun by day, where I'm concerned, and in the womb of the moon by night, where I'm concerned. I intercept and neutralize the power of those projections. I abort them, I terminate them, and I declare they shall have no power nor effect whatsoever over me and anyone that concerns me. In Jesus' name, put your hands together if you believe it. Now, watch this. Listen to what the wisest man that ever lived said. Now, this man was wiser than Solomon. Ahithophel was Solomon's grandfather. He was Solomon's grandfather. He was no joke. Ahithophel was Solomon's grandfather. Solomon's mother was given birth by Ahithophel's son. I'll show it some other time. Who was a general in David's army. And that general gave birth to Solomon's mother, Bathsheba. So Ahithophel is the grandson or the grandfather of Solomon. And he carried counsel. There's a difference between the spirit of knowledge, spirit of understanding, spirit of wisdom, and the spirit of counsel. Counsel is heavy. And this man was deeper than Solomon. And listen to what he said. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And I will come upon him while he is weary and weak-handed.
When will he come on you? When does the enemy attack? When you are. No wonder the Bible says, be not weary in well-doing, for you shall reap if you faint not. Somebody asked me the other day, say, Papa, we know things about you. And I say, And they said, oh, yeah, we know things. And they said, how do you deal with people who betray you? And people who exploit you, take advantage of you? And people who show ingratitude for the good you've done to them? And I said, it's only one principle. And this is the principle. I concluded long time ago that the only way to be pure at heart, not to bear grudges and to be hurt and offended, and not to stop doing good, is this one thing. Whatever I do for any man or woman, I'm doing it for the Lord and not for man. That's it. So if you remember me, it is good. And if you don't remember me, it is good. If you appreciate me, it is good. And if you don't appreciate me, it is good. Why? I never did it for you. I did it for the Lord, so the Lord owes me.